Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing my 34-week update. It's actually going to be my 32 to 34 week update, but I am currently, as of today, 34 weeks pregnant. Today is December 15th, and I had my 34-week update, my 34-week appointment with my OB today. So we'll start from the beginning. So in my 30-week update, I told you guys that I was late. So I'd already had my 32-week appointment as of that video, but I wanted to put all of this together just so it wasn't such a short video, this video. So I went to my 30-week appointment. She scheduled me to have my 32-week growth ultrasound, which is, I believe, my final ultrasound. I think unless you go like past 40 weeks or something. I've never had that, so I don't know. But I believe this is the last ultrasound I will have. The story is behind the ultrasound. So we'll start by saying that my mom and Lauren both came with me on the day of the ultrasound. It was on a Monday, so I don't work on Mondays. My mom just had the day off and was with me and watching Lauren, because I wanted Lauren to kind of see what was going on. I keep telling her about the baby, but I wanted her to actually see. Sidebar on that, she was freaked out. She didn't like it. We waited in the waiting room. My ultrasound technician came out, called me and said, blah, 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 let's have your ultrasound. So originally, we walked down this long hallway, which I had walked down many times before, and she pointed down a hallway and was kind of confused right from the beginning, and she said, just go down there and wait in that room. So I went down the hallway, and all I saw was a washroom, like with open doors. There was a bunch of closed doors, but I'm not about to just open a door. So the only room I saw was a washroom. So I just kind of stood in the hall and waited till she came back. It was like not even a minute. It was like a couple seconds she came back. So she finally came back, looked like she was completely confused the whole time. We went into the room. I had already sat down in the little chair because she was fussling around with some things. She said to me, as she's looking at my chart, which I've been there, this is my had been my third or fourth ultrasound. Anyways, says to me, when is your due date? Here's where it gets good. And I said, January 26th. That's my due date. 32 weeks pregnant. She says to me, I don't think so. I think your due date is July 26th. I said, and I remember looking at my belly and being like, pretty sure it's January 26th. And I said to her, I said, does my chart say July 26th? Like maybe there was just a typo or something and maybe she was confused. I don't know. Maybe I didn't look as big. Maybe I had a big sweater on. I don't know. But she says to me, I'm going to go find out because it says, she says, no, no, that's what she said. She said, you know, your chart says January 26th, but I think it's July 26th. And I looked at her very puzzled, like I would be, and in my mind said, this woman thinks I have 7 more months of pregnancy to go. And again, looked at my belly, which is a pregnant 32-week belly. So she left, came back, and says, guess what? You're right. She didn't say that. She said, you're right. It's January 26th. Duh. Like, of course it is. So we get on the exam table, and I happened to be wearing jeans that day, which I never have. Like, I never wear jeans during this whole pregnancy. I've never worn jeans, really, the odd time. And I just happened to wear them because I just felt like it. And she asked me, you know, unbutton them, pull them down as far as I can, because they need to get quite low. She said, lift up your shirt. I lifted my shirt up all the way under my boobs. I pulled my pants down, like, without pulling them down. I unbuttoned them and pulled them down. She doesn't need to get that low. She took, I don't even have anything that I could even show you with. She took the bottle of the lubricant that she uses for the ultrasound wand and does this all over my belly. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, I'm thinking to myself, that's so much. And I didn't know until I finished, which I now know, is that it was everywhere. It was all over my shirt. It was all over my pants, all over, like, the sides of my body. Worst experience of my entire life. It gets worse, though. I'm lying there. She's doing the exam, and all over the room it says, technicians, you know, whatever. It says something along the lines of technicians cannot reveal any information, pretty much good or bad. They can't really say anything. They're not supposed to say anything. They're not supposed to give you any details of what's going on. You talk to your doctor. The doctor will contact you if anything. The whole time, her face looked like concerned. Like, her face looked worried almost. Like, very, like, pierced lips, and her eyes were, like almost, like, doing, like, this kind of thing. And then all of a sudden, she says, I have to go. I'm like, okay. And she's like, I have to go ask somebody something. She got up I'm ahead of myself. First, she got up and looked at a book. She took a book off the shelf, flipped a couple pages, looked at something, came back, did more of the exam, and now says, I have to go and ask somebody something. At this point, I could have died right there. Like, I was freaking out. And it's hard. I'm freaking out. And I said, like, is everything okay? And I know when I said that, knowing she can't really say anything to me, but her actions and her body language and the way she was, like, going about the whole exam, I was freaking out. So the exam now is coming to an end. And she said, do you want me to go get your mom? And I said, please, yeah, she would love this. And she went and got my mom. And they came in and, like, they were showing Lauren. Totally different person when my mom was in the room. She was like, oh, the baby is so good. He's so big. Showed my mom everything. Like, very, like, uppity and very happy. The exam's over. It took me 20 minutes. I'm being dramatic. It took me, like, a good couple of minutes to clean off myself. It was all over my pants, the gel. It was all over my shirt, and it's winter, and so when I pulled everything down, I could, like, feel the gel on my stomach, and we were going to IKEA after. I didn't bring a change of clothes. I didn't think I needed one. It was all over my, like, button-up area and the zipper area of my pants. That wasn't even the worst part of it. Then, when the technician left, and my mom was with me, she said, was that lady okay? My mom had no idea so far about what had happened. And she said, was that lady okay? And I'm like, no, it was a horrible exam. And she's like, yeah, she came and got us. And my mom said she walked into a wall from the waiting room to where I was. She walked into a wall. Like, she, like, turned as if, like, she was going to turn down the hallway and missed the hallway door and walked into a wall. And that was it. We left. And I told my mom the whole story. She's like, you have to tell your doctor. Thankfully, it was on a Monday, and my appointment was on Thursday with my doctor. And I tried not to freak out, because maybe she was having a bad day. Maybe she was having, like, a weird, you know, I don't know. I just tried not to freak out. I said, the doctor is in the same building. So, if there was anything seriously wrong, my doctor would contact me immediately. Like, that's how it goes. So, I waited, and nothing. And then on Thursday, when I went to the doctor's, before I even had mentioned anything about the ultrasound, she had said to me, like, she was looking through my chart and looking through the ultrasound, I guess, and said, Christine, she says, your baby is absolutely perfect. She said he is at the 59th percentile, which I guess is average as you can get, plus 9. She says everything looks amazing, and I broke down into tears. I was like, because I was so relieved. I'm like, I'm assuming the worst here. And I told her the whole story, not in complete detail, but kind of like how I was so upset and, you know, I was so worried that I was just going to, and she had assured me that she was going to look into it and she was going to contact whoever she needed to contact and let somebody know that, like, this is the way she acted during my exam. And I said to her, I said, I don't want anybody to get in trouble. I don't want anybody to lose their jobs because of this. Like, she may have just been having a horrible day, and maybe I was just being overly sensitive. But I really didn't appreciate that exam. It was like an exam from hell. She said, no, that's not okay, and she definitely is going to look into it. And aside from that, everything was perfect. She measured my belly. I was measuring at 30, I think I was at 33 weeks almost at that point, but I was measuring perfectly. She checked the heartbeat, everything was great. She said that the baby, everything was perfect on the baby. And then I was relieved, we were good. I was relieved, we were good, and I was on with my life. Now, fast forwarding 2 weeks later, I am now 30, I must have been just turning 32 weeks, I guess. So now I'm 34 weeks pregnant. I went in, no real symptoms up till then. It's only been 2 weeks. I have been looking at a app. What app do I have? The Bump, maybe? I believe it's called The Bump. It's either The Bump or another one that I really like. I actually have a couple because I really do like looking at the different things. Like they'll tell you, like you slide through all of the different pages and I like all the information. So it gave me suggested questions to ask your doctor. It says like asking how much weight you've gained, because I really haven't been following that. And it's 18 pounds, like 2 ounces or something, which she said is really good. I asked about like preterm labor, like what I should be looking for, and she was telling me all the things I should be looking for. I am only 34 weeks pregnant, so that may not, I mean, I guess it could, but I think it usually happens in a couple of weeks. If it does, cross your finger it doesn't. What else? She checked the heartbeat again. Everything was great. He actually kicked where where she was looking, like she was doing a couple different things, and he had kicked. So she was like, oh, he's funny, and blah, 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 kicked me. Oh, she said that the butt is like right underneath my right boob, and his head is like really good, in a good position. I don't know. Actually, my mom was like, how long does it stay down there? Like, does that mean it's getting ready for birth? And I'm like, I don't know. I said, I assume it's pretty good because you don't want his head to be up underneath your rib cage or anything now, because it would be so much more work to flip. I have 6 more weeks, give or take a couple of weeks. Hopefully not giving a couple of weeks. I don't want to go over. I'm happy where I am. Everything is good. Sleeping is definitely the only concern I have. Off and on, I'll have to wake up and go to the washroom. Not really though. Usually I can just kind of be like, oh, I'm not going, and I'll just kind of sleep it off. Aside from all of that, everything is going fantastic. I feel great. Christmas is coming. We are very excited about that. And I still have one more 2-week appointment, and then I go every week. So I'll go on the 28th of December, and then I will go every week until I have the baby, I guess. Still no name has been picked out. We are still quite on the fence. It's tough. It is really tough to name a baby. You have to think of like it down the road. You have to think about, you know, if he becomes this kind of a profession, is this name going to suit it? If he becomes this profession, is this name going to suit it? Is it going to match with Lauren's name? You know, are we going to like to call him by that? Does his name match well with Crawford, which is our last name? Like, so many different things you have to worry about. So for right now, we are just not worried about it, and we're just going to hopefully let the name come to us, because so far we're not having a good time with it. Also, my doctor had mentioned that I should get the flu shot. I haven't done that yet. I'm on it. So now I will show you my 34-week baby bump. And now I'm wearing a pretty big sweater, so I think I'm going to take it off and then I'll show you guys. Here it is from the side. Here it is from the front. From the other side. The back. So here it is from the side again. Sorry about the shadow, it's dark, I don't have lighting. From the front, you can see here that I'm getting a couple stretch marks. It's really weird that it's like my old stretch marks are starting to stretch again. But in some light, it looks like it's like really bad. And there's just a couple down here. That's okay. It's life. What are you gonna do? And then from there, it looks so super bad. Those are all like old stretch marks that are becoming like dark again. Weird. Here it is from the other side. And here it is from the back. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we will see you in 2 weeks for my 36-week update. Thanks for watching. Bye.